Hey there, how's it going? Playing one of my favorite songs right now, The Clash, Rock the Casbah, and I actually made a music video to this song at the Taj Mahal in India more than a decade ago, back in like 2013. Anyways, here we are, where I'm staying in the Circus Hotel and Casino. The question is, how long will it take before somebody stops me from filming? Lots of bright lights. Let's check out the games, which, as I mentioned in a previous video, I would rather play video games myself than play slot machines. Last time I was in Las Vegas, I spent a couple of dollars on the nickel slots and it was super boring. It seems especially boring now that almost all of the slot machines don't take actual money. You just put a credit card into them and then it just starts extracting your money. You don't get the fun of the tokens clinking out and actually getting your hands on real money. All right. How do we get out of here? Here we go. Heading down into the casino area, and then I'm going to get outside. And walk over to the Reno Arch. All right, where is the exit? Here we go. Looks like those ones actually take dollar bills. All right, here we are at Sierra and 5th Streets. Sierra means mountains in Spanish. The Sierra Nevada mountains, right west of Reno. Sierra Nevada means snowy mountains. Okay, I had a phone in my pocket not that long ago. Where to go? Okay, I got to stop and find my phone. Maybe I left it back in my room, and also figure out where to start walking to get to the Reno Arch. So fortunately my phone was in my backpack so that I didn't have to go all the way back up to my room, which is up on the 9th floor, I guess, in that building there. So the Reno Arch is just a 5-minute walk away. Thought that I would talk a little bit about the room price there. As you saw, that was a good deal. That doesn't happen very often, that you find a reasonably priced hotel room in the United States. So a lot of the casinos oftentimes have these cheap deals. They are counting on you spending your money at the slot machines, at the restaurants, buying drinks, etc. So when I looked on booking.com for rooms in Reno, then it was showing the price at Circus there as being, I think, $37 per night. Now, I knew that a lot of the hotels here tend to have a resort fee plus added taxes, so I knew that that wasn't going to be the final price. And then when I checked the final price, it was saying 80 bucks, which still seemed very reasonable. But then when I went to check in, they only charged me $125 for 2 nights, so only like $62. So not sure what happened there, but worked out great. And so we should see the arch right around the corner here. Boom, there we go. Reno, the biggest little city in the world. And so this is pretty cool to see the Reno arch, because a few of my followers might remember that just about a month ago, I was in my hometown where I was raised, Willits, in Mendocino County, Northern California. I don't live there anymore, and none of my family lives there, but my mom lives nearby in U.S.A, and I was visiting her. And so I made a video talking about my hometown, going around, telling some stories, etc. And I showed an arch there. Over the main street, on one side it says, the heart of Mendocino County, and on the other side it says, Gateway to the Redwoods. And as I mentioned, at the time, that was the old Reno Arch. The city of Reno sold their arch sign. I don't know how that worked, but one way or another, then my town of Willits bought the sign and put it up there and then put different words on it. So here we go. I guess they sold the sign to Willits so they could put up a new one. So a cool tagline there for the city. I guess it kind of means that it's not a big city, it's kind of a small city. Especially years ago, I was just watching a video of Reno from I think the 1950s, and they mentioned that the population was 40,000. Now it's over 200,000. And so I guess the idea was, you know, it's a small, you know, city, big town, but there's a lot going on because of the, you know, Nevada stuff. It's like a mini version of Las Vegas. Casinos. Ooh, Led Zeppelin. Off of Led Zeppelin 3, an underrated album. The Nugget. And so you have the whole, you know, bright lights, neon, dancing girls, slot machines, gambling, liquor, etc. And so you can see it says the same thing on the other side there. So I have no particular plans as far as what to see, other than wanted to show the arch and see the river, which looks like it is straight up ahead there. So I was just in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which are right there. Cal Neva, so California, Nevada. And so you can drive into the Sierra Nevada mountains in literally just like 30 minutes or something. Truckee River Walk, so that's what I wanted to show. There is this nice walking and probably biking path along the Truckee River. The town of Truckee is kind of the main town for skiers. I drove right past it just a couple hours ago, driving from Nevada City, where I'd been staying the past 4 nights, to here. So I have family here in Sparks, which is right next to Reno, but I'm not visiting them because they are gone. They are out of town, actually visiting other family in California. But my dad is here in a care home, and so I came here to visit my dad. And then I booked 2 nights at the Circus Hotel there, with no particular plans for tomorrow, but just thought it would be kind of fun to stay in the cool, you know, casino hotel there for a couple nights. And there's lots to do around here, and so I'm not sure yet what I'll do tomorrow, but I'm thinking of a few ideas as far as getting out of Reno here and seeing a bit more. Looks like something going on over there. There is the Truckee River right there, and so the river flows out of the Sierras and then ends up at Pyramid Lake, which is in the direction of Burning Man. Burning Man is out past Pyramid Lake, out in the desert, of course not happening now. So today is March 26th. It is currently about 54 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 12 degrees Celsius, so a little bit of a chill in the air. Burning Man happens in September. Never been there, but I've been to the area around there. Okay, we have a long line, it looks like. Okay, yeah, people are lined up. Cool, statue thing. It's pretty amazing, actually. It's like a stained glass. Really colorful 2 whales. Curious why whales when we're so far from the ocean. What kind of whales we got here? These humpback? And then a big thing there that says, does it say, oh, believe, okay. I'm getting the general sense that this is a crowd that doesn't really want to be filmed, so not going to get up close. But let's wander over there and see the river. So it looks like they're serving food. Must be a, you know, free meal. Looks steaming hot coming from that container there. Okay, so the Tahoe Pyramid Trail, Truckee River Path. There you can see Sparks, where my brother lives, 2 miles. University of Nevada, Reno, Midtown. So there it is, a very shallow river, and you can see the snow-covered mountains. That is just the beginning of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. So Reno is pretty ideally located as far as being down in elevation from the mountains, at least. I'm not sure what the elevation is here. It must be up a little bit, but not as cold anyways as, you know, higher up, of course, being on the edge of the Great Basin and the desert, stretching out to the east. And then it is located within driving distance of so much from the mountains, skiing, Lake Tahoe, and then various desert activities. A great area for hiking in the mountains, biking in the flatter areas or wherever you want to bike around. And it's a nice size being a city, but not, you know, huge. It is much mellower than Las Vegas, less completely swarmed by tourists. And so it has some good advantages. So my car is parked in the parking garage next to Circus, and I decided I didn't want to make this video driving around having to get out of the parking garage and then repark and find parking elsewhere, etc. So this is just a walking tour, seeing whatever I can see within a few blocks of Circus. Okay, so we have this interesting building here. Looks like it's a theater. So, fun fact, Reno is named after a soldier who fought in the Civil War. I forget his name. Well, Reno, but as far as his first name, I forget if he was a general or what, but a kind of famous figure from the Civil War fighting for the Union. And then, not sure what this is up ahead, but looks very much like a City Hall sort of building. Okay, here we go. Washoe County Courthouse, yes. Not City Hall, Courthouse, but classic old style architecture there. That looks like a Medusa head. Very cool. So, I have to tell the story of when I lived in Nevada. I have mentioned in various videos my friend Eric, who currently lives in Salem, Oregon, and I use his address for my legal address because I don't have a home of my own, and I also park my vehicle at his house, although, unfortunately, that possibility has just come to a close. He's moving to a house where there isn't room for my car to be parked. And in the meantime, he needs access to his garage where my car would be parked if I stayed there. And so that deal is done. Next time I leave the country, which will probably be very soon this spring, then I'm going to have to figure something else out. But anyways, so my friend Eric and his wife Lori and his daughter, who was born in, I think, 1998, lived in Fernley. Fernley is about 30 to 40 minutes east of Reno here. And so they lived there, I forget for how long, but in the 1990s. And in 1998, then I spent 6 months living on an organic farm on the island of Kauai, Hawaii, living in my tent there. And then I flew back to California. I was pretty much flat broke. This was my vagabond years. I flew back in August of 1998 and did a few things. I went backpacking in the Marble Mountains, which I had made videos of before, but this was long before YouTube. But went backpacking in the mountains there. I forget what else I did, but at some point then Eric invited me to come stay with them for a little while and try to get a job and save a little money. And so I took him up on that offer and went and lived with them. I got a job at the casino. What was it called? Silver Star? Silver something? I think it's the biggest casino and a restaurant and a gas station there in the little town of Fernley. I had a car at the time, and so I got this weird job in which I was basically just the parking lot attendant. Not like managing parking, but just like keeping the parking lot clean. Basically, it was a job in which it was 40 hours a week, but I did not have 40 hours a week worth of stuff to actually do there. It was like cleaning up, you know, garbage on the parking lot, and then managing the gas station, like filling the paper towels and emptying out the garbage and stuff like that. But it was literally like 30 minutes of work in the morning, and then another 30 minutes later I just had all this spare time. And so finally I decided, okay, well, screw it, I'm out of here for most of the day. And I would hop in my car and go exploring, go up to Pyramid Lake, come back in time to check out for lunch, and then go to Eric's house and have lunch, and then go back and clock in again and work for, you know, 20-30 minutes and then leave, and then come back to clock out. So, you know, I got the job done. At some point they apparently realized that I didn't have enough to do. I never got caught leaving, but they asked me if I would help with the money counting in the casino. I think it was just like 2 days a week that I did that. But I would go into the room where, speaking of, you know, now they just use the credit cards, but of course at the time, then it was all, I forget if it was cash or tokens, maybe a combination of both, because we were managing money. We were counting the money in machines, but we had to take like the metal slot contraptions that you take out of the slot machine. Yeah, and they were stacked up with bills, so they must have been slot machines that you put bills and coins in, not just tokens. And then we would feed the cash into these money counting machines. Of course, it was all super high security, video cameras. You're like locked in this little room down in the basement, no windows. And so I didn't get paid anything extra for that. It was just, you know, I had the free time. So I only worked there for like 4 or 5 weeks or something like that, and then took off, and then the whole other story of what happened next. Well, I moved to Eugene, Oregon for a little while. And speaking of which, I just posted a new article telling my whole life story. You can see the link down below, in which I say what happened next after I left here and went to Oregon, and then somebody gave me a car, yada yada. So look for the link down below. Alright, I think that is gonna do it for this video. Not a full comprehensive tour, but you get the idea of kind of what's going on here in Reno. I think dinner will be back at the Circus Casino. I'll go check out their restaurant, see what the options are. That will be in a while. So I think this is the end of the video. All right, take it easy, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.